Thank you so much. Omulungi atulaba nkwanirizaako yakategatako essaawa namanyi eddoboozi nze Ibra K Mukasa era nga wano negatiddwako omwami munnayuganda amanyiddwa nga Bukenya nga ono ye CEO wa Posh Properties e Bukoto emabega wa Kabira Country Club era nga yatuleetedde abaami bano betugenda okuba nga tunyumyamuko nabo ku nsonga z'okuinvestinga mu Dubai. Bannayuganda bangi abali Dubai ne bannansi bangi abawangalira Dubai eno information jetufuna olunaku olwaleero yiyogwe ayagala to have an investment in Dubai. So listen attentively, listen carefully. They are here to answer all the unanswered questions regarding investment in Dubai. Not so?
Yes.
So tujja kusooka ne mwami Bukenya yeyanjule mulwaffe olwewaka nabuddu
banyabo abatulaba amanya Bukenya Isa kwa Posh Properties. Twafunye omukisa nti munnayuganda alina gy'oli osobola okufuna ennyumba eyo ewannannyini e Dubai. Olwekyo abanywanyi bali wano okulaba nti nno gwali eyo abadde atya nti ya bbeeyi tetujja kusobola oliiza buli kimu kitugenda okwogera naviira wano ng'otegedde nti okugula ennyumba ebweru w'eggwanga si kizibu nga wadde olowooza.
Okay, tuanze mwami Bukenya. Over to you, my brother. How are you?
Thank you very much, Oriental viewers at home.
Yeah.
My name is Salami Ibrahim. I'm the Director of International Sales, Damak Properties. And it's nice to meet you guys.
Nice meeting you too. Hello, my brother.
Yeah, my name is Peter Ademo. I'm Business Development Manager of International Sales, Damak Property from Dubai. So, Bangaji.
Good. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Ibrahim.
Yes, please.
Briefly, people would love to know, how have you found Uganda?
To be honest, it's been home away from home.
Yeah.
You know, my roots are from Africa. Yeah. And I'd been too long abroad. So coming home, seeing my color, seeing my kind of people, it's been pretty overwhelming, to be honest with you. And Uganda had been so warm to us ever since we arrived at the airport. Everyone had treated us with a lot of respect, and we've been told we're welcome all the time until this moment. We felt nothing but welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So how do you find Uganda, Peter?
For me, I would say Uganda is a place, this is my first time in East Africa, yeah. and I'm also we are from the West, from Nigeria to be precise. But it's been an amazing experience. The food is amazing. We've been to different places, and the people are very, very warm and welcoming. And it's an amazing time, and we want to come all over again.
Sure.
Thank you. Mr. Bukenya Isa, people would love to know, why did you choose to work with this company, Damak, of all the companies across the whole world?
Yeah, it's a reputable company.
Okay.
It's a reputable company. Done research on it.
Yeah.
And we have trust in them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, wabatunudde munga buli kimu kirikiriye.
Yeah, buli kimu kiri bulungi.
Okay.
So lwaki mbalese wano. Omuguzi ali eyo yeewulire from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. My first question will go to Mr. Ibrahim.
Please.
Is it possible for any person across the whole world, from any region of this world, to have a property in Dubai? What are the first things someone needs to put into consideration when he or she wants to purchase or buy a property in Dubai?
Okay, let me answer the first questions, which you asked, is it possible for anybody in the whole world to buy a property in Dubai? First of all, we need to understand that Dubai is a cosmopolitan city. It's in the same category of cities like New York in USA, London in the UK, and you know, another country, China. So it's a cosmopolitan city that welcomes everyone from all walks of life, and everyone is welcome to buy a property in Dubai. Now, to the second question, what are the things necessary to buy a property in Dubai?
The first requirements.
The first requirement for you to be a property owner in Dubai is to have interest. Yeah, when you have an interest and you want to make, the second thing is willingness, you understand, and eagerness to make more money for yourself, you understand. And the third thing would be having the capital. But the first thing is interest. The second thing is eagerness to make more money for yourself. And the last thing, or the third thing, would be the capital. That's all you need to buy a property in Dubai.
What are the procedures for someone to own a property in Dubai?
All right. For you to be a property owner in Dubai,
we are looking at a foreigner.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
So as a foreigner, if you need to own a property in Dubai, the biggest requirement to get you registered on the property you're purchasing would be your identification or your mode of identification. It could be your traveling passport, which has your data page. So the information on your data page will be necessary to register you on the property you're buying, and this registration will be linked to the Dubai Land Department, which is a government entity, you understand, and keep them in the know that you had become a property owner in Dubai, you understand, and this governs all the security which you tend to have as a property owner. We get into that later in the conversation. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Someone would love to know what crucial information and where can someone access that information if they want to purchase a property in Dubai?
I mean, it is a global village now. The world is a global village.
Yeah.
Everything is within our reach, within our thumb.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as easy as Google Text can provide you every information you need about buying a property in Dubai. But that being said, my company, we are always 24 hours, 7 days attentive to answer calls and listen to queries and questions of any international buyer. So they can always ring us, they can always call us. We're going to leave our numbers with you. It could be scrolled on the screen later. They can always call us to ask whatever questions they may ask about buying properties in Dubai.
Thank you so much. Let me ask Peter.
Yes, sir.
Why would you recommend Damak of all companies across the whole world?
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. As you have mentioned before, my boss, Mr. Ibrahim, explained briefly why Dubai. Yeah, because before you can just talk about Damak, you must know, because you are planning to invest in Dubai, you must know why Dubai. Why do you need to invest in Dubai? Because this is what has given us this platform to be here today. Because Dubai, in a number of years back, Dubai is not a place, it's just a pure desert. But I can say Dubai has emerged since 2002 to become the capital of not only Africa, of almost the whole world. It's a connectivity. Like for example now, as you can see, if you are traveling anywhere in the world from Africa, from Asia, you pass through Dubai, because we have one of the largest 5-star airline in the world, Emirates Airline, which is the biggest airline I can say that has huge, very good 5-star. Not only that, Dubai has become a tourist base of the whole world. We have the tallest building in the world, which has brought attention of millions of people all over the world coming to Dubai. So Dubai, not only that, apart from the oil, Dubai, I can say categorically, we depend on tourism. And not only that, we are giving a platform for people from Africa, instead of traveling all the way to China, to get everything they want in terms of people for business. So Dubai has been known for people who love tourism. We have the largest shopping mall in the world, which is Dubai Mall. Not only that, the second largest mall in the world is also in Dubai, which is Mall of the Emirates. Not only that, we have the largest man-made island in the world, which is amazing, only feasible in the space. That is called Palm Jumeirah, which bring a lot of people to Dubai on yearly basis. So Dubai has become the center. People want to visit, and when we have huge concentration of people, there's huge demand for real estate. Coming back to Damak.
Damak, yeah. Why would someone want to associate with Damak?
Amazing. Damak has been the foremost company, is a private developer that started with the real emergence of what we call Dubai. In 2002, Damak was formed by Hussein Sajwani, which is the chairman of Damak Properties. Yeah. And because we are part of people that started in the revolution of real estate in Dubai, we got the best locations to have all our plots. For example, we are part of a developer that owns the major plot in Dubai Marina, which is one of the most visited places in Dubai. Downtown, which is where we have Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. We have huge, amazing plots that we have acquired in this location. Not only that, as of today, we have one of the largest master development in Dubai, which is Damak Hills, which we have developed. Is about 42 million square feet. Amazing community that has everything. So Damak has been one of the best. And not only that, apart from government company, we are the largest in the region. What did I mean?
Thank you so much. Mr. Ibrahim, how, someone would love to know how the mortgage system is faring in Dubai and how does it operate?
Okay. I'll give a brief information on mortgage, not too much, because I'm not a mortgage banker. Okay. So I'm just going to give the basic knowledge of it that I have. I understand very well mortgage in Dubai seems like the most flexible all over the world, not just for the residents of Dubai only, even for those that are international buyers as well. Now, let me focus on international buyers for now. The international buyers do not require too many, documentation to get a mortgage done. For example, they don't even require a collateral, like a resident will require a collateral. Basically, what is needed of a mortgage, of an international mortgage buyer is basic information and an information on his income. It could be a bank statement, it could be a business profile. This is what the bank will use to process, is mortgage evaluation. And based on the ready property, they should be able to issue the buyer a 50% property value mortgage, which he has a period of 25 years to make the payment for. And if the buyer is below the age of 40, I think, age of 40 to 50 years, he's liable to get this 50% mortgage. If he's above 50, the number could reduce a little bit. It could reduce to probably 45 or 35, depending on his age. But any age below 40 to 50 could get as much as 50% mortgage value.
Thank you. We have scenarios whereby someone is purchasing a property and along the way they get stuck. They are terms, at times they are termed as defaulters. How are they treated?
Okay, I will say for Damak.
No worries,
yeah.
It's fine.
So if our buyers are defaulters, we often give them a negotiation avenue, because we understand that, okay, people buying property internationally, you understand, have issues as well. Could be issues of transfer. You understand, transfer could be delaying, could be issue of a business transaction, or maybe they're having a little bit financial constraints on their own end as well. So we always advise our clients to be open with us and be interactive with us. If they could also communicate, if they could just communicate with us in an email, a simple email, and explain, for example, Mr. Salami, that's my name, I had purchased this social property from you, but unfortunately, my next payment is due next month. But I will need you to extend this payment to another 2 months for me due to my transfer issues. My money comes from the UK and it's going to take about some time before the transfer could reach you, or I'm having a little bit financial constraints this month. I will need you to give me an extension for another 2 months. We're very open. If they could write this polite email to us, we're more than okay to consider it, you understand, and give them the leverage and give them the time they need to fulfill those payments. So we're very flexible, we're very open. Clients should just be as interactive as possible with us on any financial concerns they might be having within, and we're okay to just accommodate them.
Mr. Peter, are you in position to explain to the world, to someone watching us, how the freehold system operates?
Thank you, Mr. Brian, once again. In Dubai, if you are investing in Dubai, just like any other country, we have freehold properties and we have leasehold properties. What did I mean by that? If you are buying any freehold property, any part of the world, the law says you have the complete ownership of the property for life, and you can transfer to your family, to your descendant. But if you are buying a leasehold, it's limited for 99 years.
99 years?
Yes. But for us, all Damak Properties project is completely freehold. You own it for life. Lease. You don't lease.
No, we don't have any lease.
You transfer it for your descendant, and you can, they can inherit it. So it's completely free for life.
There is a scenario whereby someone wants to transfer the property from being an owner to another ownership of the property. Along the way, someone might be purchasing the property, have cleared 50% of the required amount, and along the way, he or she wants to transfer the property. Is it possible?
It is very possible.
What are the procedures of doing that?
It is very possible. So in this case, I will relate to these buyers as buyer A and buyer B.
Thank you.
Buyer A will be the primary buyer, the original buyer, and buyer B is the one buying from the buyer A.
From the original buyer.
From the original buyer. Now, what they need to do in this case is that buyer A, which is the original buyer, need to communicate with the developer, which is Damak Properties, and need to let us know his intention. Then we'll be able to give him an NOC. NOC is a no objection certificate, you understand, for him to proceed and resell to buyer B. Now, if he and buyer B had reached an agreement on the price he wants to resell it for, because usually buyer A would want a premium on his resale. So himself and buyer B should reach a mutual agreement on a resale price. When they reach this agreement, we issue an NOC based on their agreement. You understand? This NOC will be transferred to the Dubai Land Department, the government, and then both of them will be shifted to the Dubai Land Department for final agreements. So they will go to the Dubai Land Department. The buyer B will pay a transfer charges to the Dubai Land Department. The transfer charges which is going to pay to the Dubai Land Department will permit the Dubai Land Department to change buyer A to buyer B's name. So the name on the property, which was initially buyer A's name, will be changed to buyer B's name by the Dubai Land Department, and the property documents will be reissued from buyer A to buyer B.
How long is that process?
It takes less than a month. So long as buyer A and buyer B are in mutual agreement, it takes less than a month. In fact, it could take a week. It's that easy.
Thank you so much. Mr. Peter,
yes.
What are the sizes of your real estate units?
Basically, in Dubai, in Damak, I would say for Damak
specifically.
What we have ranges of properties. It starts from high to low investors. What did I mean by that? That is to say, we have options, we have villas, which are mansions, huge villas, 5-bedroom, 4-bedroom villas. We have townhouses, 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom townhouses, which are small houses, for personal use and for investors. Then also coming back to apartment, we have 2 types of apartment. We have residential apartment for sale, and we have hotel apartment. So from people, for example, in Damak, we have brands like Residency Blue brand, which is an international brand. We build the hotel, we sell for investor, we give it to Residency Blue, they manage it for you, and you get your returns. We have Paramount Hotels and Towers. It's one of the Hollywood brand. We have building of hotel we are building for them. So that is hotel apartment. But not on this hotel apartment. Now we have 1 bedroom, we have 3-bedroom, we have also 2-bedroom apartments. Then we have studio, which I refer to as hotel suite. A complete suite that have everything. We call it studio in Dubai. Your kitchen, your bathroom, everything within. So we have studio, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom apartment.
Thank you. Mwami Bukenya, kino kigenda gyoli. Muna Uganda tulaba essaawa eno ayinza okuba nga tategedde lufuutifuuti lw'abaami bano ng'ayagala kumanya ogenda kuconnecting otya ne bano omuntu nga ali Uganda wano oba ali Dubai oba ali London oba ali America oba ali South Africa oba ali China oba ali Japan oba France oba Turkey yonna gy'ali ng'ayagadde afune ekizimbe mu Dubai bano bamuleetedde babinnyonnyola wanne wali ogenda bakwasaganya otya okwewala okunyagibwa okuferebwa n'okubibwa empewo.
Sekera ddala okubibwa empewo kijja mu kuba tekiriiyo. So ekisinga obukulu omuntu manyi bannayuganda amaaso gabeera mu ngalo.
Of course, they believe by saying.
Omuntu yenna naba nga interested ng'alina obudde tutambula tugenda n'aba project n'aba wagenda okuteeka ssente ze. Weetaaga wiiki emu ojja ne tukutwala ne tukuwa accommodation tukuwa freight tumanyi nnaku nga nnya nga weetegereza kulaba kuddawo ogenda okuteeka ssente zo. Bw'ovaayo ng'obumatira you invest. Bw'otamatira to investinga naye nga 99% bavaayo nga bakoze eki ba investing.
Thank you. Omulungi alaba yali agadde okumanya kino kikoledde for what period of time? Oba gwe gusooka ogenda kikola bukozi oba it has been into existence?
It has been into existence okumala emyaka ena.
Okay.
Myaka era twalitambula. Jessica twagadde buli muntu abatamanyi nti kisoboka tutadde wano buli mwakola eki akimanyi nti kisoboka.
On average abatulaba bali agadde okumanya bannayuganda bameka sofa abakakwatagana naawe ne bateeka enkola eno ne bateeka enteekateeka eno mu nkola nebeerawo ngero balina ba client bo gye bali buli kimu kitambula bulungi okwagala okusikiriza abalala to come on board.
Bannayuganda bangi it's a company sports properties tebakola nange bakola naki company. So it's our company that deals with them. So because we are many.
On average, let's have roughly on average. Okay. Thank you so much. Omulungi ataba Ibrahim Kasagemanya gange tuli ne mwami Ibrahim ne mwami Peter ngakotadde ne mwami Bukenya nga muna Uganda adukanya Posh Properties abasangibwa Bukoto emabega wa Kabira Country Club iranga yalese abaami bano bakugu mu kye bayita real estate investment oba development batunyonyola wano ne wali. It is very possible for anyone across the whole world okuinvestinga mu Dubai era bakuwa ensonga lwaki olina okuinvestinga mu Dubai but weva mu company emanyiddwa nga Damaka so batunyonyola wano ne wali because they are on ground, they have all the best information regarding investment in Dubai. So tulinabo era nga mwami Bukenya yabalese abatunyonyole wane wali bamusiga nsimbi in one way or the other. So crossing over, someone would love to know what is the experience of those ones who have invested in Dubai?
Excellent. If you look at it from our own perspective, for us, because as we have explained to you, we are into international sales. So we have clients across. We are not only selling, we go out to different countries, and the experience has been so amazing. For example, like we don't sell for people, you are outside, we just say, okay, buy. No, we give them platform also to come over, we take care of them, we keep them in our apartment, we show them all around, they see what they see, and they can see. And not only that, I would like to let you know today that Dalmark has been one of the companies that give guarantee on return on investment. Because anybody putting their money, they want to be sure how soon can we get our returns back. As at now, we have some of our option promotion that is rolling out from time to time. Like as at now, we are giving guarantee for 5 years. When you buy the property, we guarantee the property, we manage it for you, and you get the returns consecutively for the first 5 years. And it's going to be on the paper. You're going to sign an agreement with us, and you start it. So I can say across our board, all our investors, they are happy with us. That's and good. They are like our friends. And we don't only sell for them for today. We sell for them, they bring their family, they bring their friends, and we become partners. Mr. Ibrahim,
just very quickly, like what Peter was just trying to say over there. You know, when an investor gets a security on his investment, he is an happy investor. So like what Peter was just saying, we are one company that ensure and put all of our hard energy into it, into making sure every investors have an investment security. So this, in return, we get the happiness from all of our customers, and that's what makes us the brand that we have today.
What are the requirements for inclusion of a property within farm real estate?
See, I'll be honest with you, if not for farm real estate, Denmark would probably not be in Uganda. The relationship we've had with them had been, you know, amazing through the years. And when you've had a business partner who trusts in you, you understand, who believe in you, who support you, you understand, you have nothing but to, you know, give all your best and all of you to them as well. Farm Property had not just been, you know, a company that, you know, had been liaising and doing business with us in the past. They have been dealing in the, you know, utmost transparency with us, and we've been doing the same with them. Now, for any clients that might be buying properties in Uganda, through Farm Properties, you understand, we have a special agreement with them to give their buyers, strictly their buyers, some special discount on the property. You understand? We're even waiving some, document charges for them, strictly for buyers that are buying for farm properties as well. And we're giving some offers like, you know, return guaranteed on investment. We're giving some offers like waivers on some specific payments, like I'd rightly said. We're also going to be, you know, looking at insisting and making sure the buyers get the best of value and the best of properties out of all of our properties.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Muna Uganda abera na guarantee nti ali walala naye alina ekizimbe e Dubai ayinza batabeerayo nga kiddukanyizibwa nga bwe batunnyonnyola abana garanti ki ekakasa nti kiki nti ayinza obutaddayo nga empapula amannya gakyuka oba obwannannyini bwakyuka oba n'asangayo nga baateekako enjegere n'asanga nga abakuuma ddembe oba kugamba abatwala ekitundu ekyo nga bamugamba wajja otya aba nabwa kugamba nabukakafu ki garanti ki nti alina ekizimbe Dubai gyayinza okuba nga tajja kubeera
ekisookera ddala omuntu yenna yenna akola investment e Dubai the moment you pay 24% of the property value you're entitled to get your title into your names.
Bakola transfers?
Yes, into your names.
Okay.
So you can pay the balance whether you have your title. So, bakola 24%, 20% ebera ya property. 4% ebera ya musolo
gwa government.
Okukyusa ekyapa okiteeka mu mannya go. So ovaayo empapula z'okola ki oziina wadde tonnaba kumalayo.
So asasuddeko ebitundu 24 ku buli 10.
2 as a property then ebina bya kyapa.
Tusigazaayo 5 mu 6.
Oba osigalayo ebitundu
8.
Kubanga ebina bya government bya kyapa kuteeka kyapa mu mannya go. Then 2 ebira deposit on the property. Yes. So immediately okoze 20%.
Kiba kitegeeza nti government bwejjako 4%. Wasigala waabiri. So kitegeeza nnyini kizimbe oba abakikuza baba bakubanja ebitundu 8
ku buli 10. Naye ng'ekyapa ky'olwadde okola ki? Okiina olina ne agreement nga mukkiziganya ne payment plan. How are you planning to pay the 80%?
Okay.
Naye nga ekyapa ky'olwadde okola ki? Okiina yonna gy'oli oba n'omukakafu nti olina endagaano olina n'ekyapa ekiri mu mannya go. So
tulina system mu Uganda buli mwaka owulira minisita wa lands n'abaddukanya obukiiko bw'ettaka mu ggwanga Uganda buli lunaku oba bwe ebiseera eby'enjawulo they come out and claim nti twafunye ebyapa eby'ebicupuli fake land titles. Kati wano omuntu abeera akya konkushiwa nti ekyapa ekimuweereddwa kiri original tekiri fake.
Angaba nkugambye nti nno ekyapa bw'okifuna kiyita mu gavumenti okugenda okutuuka mu mannya go. Dubai Land Board yekola ku byapa bya mayumba n'amataka. So ekyapa ekyo ekifuna nga ky'original nga kivudde directly mu Dubai Land Board. So ekyokubiri obufeere bw'ettaka tebunaba kubeera bungi nnyo eri. Nze sinakufunayo case kubanga abantu bonna benguliza bali happy okitegedde. So tunafuna bufeere bufaananako buli wano oba oliawo katonda badde akyatukwatidde.
Thank you. Tulina system mu ggwanga Uganda eraga nti omuntu alina obwannannyini waggulu ate wansi waliwo landiroodi mulala buli landiroodi waggulu. Mu system eno ey'abaami bano abadda maka okuva Dubai omuntu bw'agula property Dubai owninga building ng'ettaka si lirye oba owninga byombi?
Afuna freehold title. Tafuna kibanja. Ekyo kyonyine bakita kibanja ettaka lya muntu mulala nawe olinako ekibanja.
Weebale
ebyo tebiriye byetutunda bya freehold title. Ekyapa kibeera kikyo ebbanga lyonna tekubeerako omuntu mulala yenna abeera claiming.
You get his point?
Yeah, I got what I'm trying to, like, I think I could understand. You're talking about the title deed and the authenticity or city of the title deed, yeah?
Because we have challenges whereby people come out to claim that you having a land title which is fake.
Yes, I think I figured that's what you guys were saying.
Don't we have such scenarios in Dubai?
Well, there's no way a title can be fake in Dubai, to be honest with you, because first of all, the title is not issued by the developer. The title is issued by the Dubai Land Department. That's number one. And every document issued by the Dubai Land Department always have the seal of the government on top of it. Just like you getting your visa, you know, Dubai make e-visa for Africans to come to Dubai. Yeah. So when you get your e-visa, you will see the seal of the Dubai government on it. You understand? It's always there. You will see the written bold Arabic letter that explain this is the Dubai government, and then you will see their logo and the seal. So the seal will always be there. The Arabic lettering that explain this is the Dubai government will be there. You understand? And the signature you understand, of the chairman of the Dubai Land Department would also be there as well. So it's so authentic that it can be tendered anywhere in the world as an original certificate, original title. It can never be duplicated, never.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Briefly, can you explain what's an off-plan?
Okay, off-plan are those properties a developer had pronounced to build. It's a future plan of a project. So off-plan is, for example, if a developer has bought a plot of land and has decided to build a 78 skyscraper tower, and is drawn the plan, it has a specification of units that would be in this building, and then he had started selling to future buyers, or let's say future owners. So this example of off-plan, people will start to buy into this property while the developer is still building the property. Usually the lifespan of an off-plan project takes between 2 to 3 years. Because, you know, in Dubai, mainly we build skyscrapers. These are very tall towers. It takes about some time to get them fully completed. So it takes about 2 to 3 years to complete a project. So that period of construction is what we call off-plan, the period of constructing a project. But that period, meaning a buyer had already purchased from the developer, and it's just a long construction, and it's just paying an instrumental, waiting for his project to be completed and handed over. It's always very easier to buy because if you're buying into an off-plan, you get a payment plan, and the payment plan is usually flexible. The prices also are very often cheaper than a ready project. See, for example, if this hotel was being sold at the initial stage when the owner of this hotel has just started constructing the tower, they would have sold it at a much lesser rate, because that time people would not be buying a lot into it. But like now that it's now beautiful, it's glorious, it's ready, the value would have gone a little higher. So if I want to buy now, I'll be buying at a much higher price. But if you had bought since the beginning stage, you probably would have bought at a lower price. You would have paid cheaper. It's a bit cheaper. You would have paid in a flexible manner, rather than me paying huge lump sum at once. You know what I mean? So off-plan is a little bit easier for purchasers.
Thank you so much. Mr. Peter, can you explain what is DLD?
Yeah, DLD is Dubai Land Department. It's the Department of Government of Dubai that has been formed to take control of all real estate transactions. They are the one in charge of everything that has to do with the title deed, registration of the property, exchange of property, and they also have regulation in place to protect investors. Because if you look at Dubai market, as I've said earlier on, after the revolution, a lot of investors are from all over the world. So to make sure there is convenience for this investor, Dubai Land Department is in charge. Like my boss rightly said, if you are buying an off-plan, they want to be sure that the property is handed over at that accurate time. So DLD is involved. So they created what we call escrow accounts that take care of people who are buying into off-plan. Because if you buy an off-plan property, if they did not build, what happened? The investor will lose money. Am I right? So it is the right, the regulation of DLD to take care of all these loopholes. And Dubai has blocked everything to protect the investors.
Thank you. Mwami Bukenya, omuluja alaba yali agadde okumanya mu buli business mubaamu risks. Ekyo kimanyikiddwa. Teri business etali mu risk. Omuntu anaagula ekizimbe e Dubai alina risks z'alina okweteekerateekera.
Abali nnyo sindaba kulabawo olubano sindaba muntu yine tunaba risiki yona tunafuna buzibu bwonna kisiba kubulya risiki sawa zino kubanga ndaba transaction gye tugendamu etambula nga tukola ki tujagala abantu kuba nabo twabanoonyerezaako tukoze nabo ebbanga tunafuna buzibu kati kubulya risiki sindaba kulaba kiba kizibu.
Thank you. Mr. Ibrahim, what are the risks of purchasing an off-plan investment? Property.
Purchasing an off-plan property in Dubai, I wouldn't think it has any major risk, because I'm also a benefit factor. I'm not just a long-term resident in Dubai. I'm a property owner in Dubai as well. And when I bought into my property, I bought it at off-plan also. And only thing I could, consider a risk is there could be a certain time, which of course we had mentioned earlier, that a buyer could have a little financial constraints, you understand, and may not be able to fulfill a particular installment as agreed from the beginning. And the fear factor is, if I default my installment, do I lose my property? Do I pay an extra charge, which is going to be an extra amount which I had not budgeted for, you understand? These are concerns of buyers, really. Aside this, there's no other, fear factor, because it is certain that the developer must hand over the project. Like Peter had rightly said, the Dubai Land Department will ensure the project is handed over, because the project was registered initially on an escrow account. Even if the developer failed to financially complete the project, the Dubai Land government takes over the project themselves, and they complete the project and hand it over to individuals. Because in the beginning, the individual buyers are paying to the escrow account, which the developer himself does not have an access to. Only the government has the access to that account. So if he defaulted, or let's say something happened along the line, he passed on to glory and is not able to complete the project, or his family are not willing to take over his business of construction and complete the project, the Dubai Land government automatically takes over the project, use the money the buyers have been paying into this escrow, and complete the project and hand it over to them. So there's no fear factor, really, aside concerns of buyers. Concerns are like, okay, if I default in my payments, do I get extra charge? So I have to pay some extra amount I had not budgeted for. Do I lose, my property? So first thing is, you cannot lose your property, that's for sure. The property remains in your name. The second factor is, do I get an extra charge for defaulting? Now, that depends on developers. Different developer has different measures to defaulters. I can say for Damac.
How does it operate in Damac?
Yeah, that's what I can say. I can say specifically for Damac, we don't often, issue extra charges on defaulters. Like I said, we always encourage our buyers to be very open with us and be very negotiating with us. So if they could, come up with these excuses at the very early stage, and let us know that they might be defaulting at a particular time, and stating their reason clearly in a letter or in an email, or even a phone conversation. We have an exceptional team that looks into this, you understand, and they could actually accept the excuse of the buyer and given the time in it. Now, what happens if the extended time the buyer proposed comes and yet it defaults again?
Yes.
That's the time the buyer could now be charged, you understand? Because this is an excuse already granted, and yet defaulting, you understand? Then it could be charged. Now, how much would it be charged? That depends on what type of project or what type of property.
Someone was purchasing.
Yeah, the person that purchased. So the charges value varies from the type of property and the amount of property. But it's not always anything overwhelming.
Thank you.
And even at that, if the client still come back and ready to pay, and he still have good excuses for why he has defaulted all along, we can still waive it. It's very possible. Yeah.
Mr. Peter, what are the most, the best places you can recommend to someone to purchase in Dubai?
Excellent.
Because, for example, in Uganda, we have places like Kololo, Muyenga, Munyonyo. These places vary a lot.
Amazing, amazing. You're very, very right with this question. But what I will let you know also now is just like you mentioned, because for developer like Dama, we have good credibility, and as I've mentioned earlier on, we have wide range of properties, locations. We have, because we know the first thing any investor must consider if you are buying property is location. The second thing you will consider is also location. So location is very important. Yeah. Am I right? So because of that, then also we have to look at the budget. So we cannot waive it. Now, if I want to invest with my little experience, if I want to invest in Kampala, if I find out that my budget is not too high, and you are giving me a property in what's it called, here in Kampala, then it might be too much for me. Meanwhile, you can get me another very good location within Uganda that I can invest my money and get returns, but the price may be less. So also we have this kind of location. But for what we are going to say for all our international investors, we offer them, if you are starting at a very basic investment, we have a project in one of our major master development in Damak Hills, and the name of the project is Fiora. You can start with this kind of investment. It costs around about 310,000 dirhams, which is about $85,000. It's an amazing location. It's all encompassing location that has all the facilities. School is there, everything you talk about, and people are living. It's a settlement that take over a huge place of, where people live, and people are working, and they live in that community. It's a family-friendly community. So that's the cheapest one. But for people who have huge budget, we have projects right in the center of the city, where we have Business Bay, where we have all international companies. They have their offices there, right on the canal. Amazing project. We have upland and ready property there. It's called Zada Residence, and we have Icon Tower. It's also beautiful. These are amazing locations, but it's not too huge budget to say. We have something around $700,000, 700,000 dirhams, which is about close to about $250,000. They can start. It's amazing location already existing. They start to make money immediately.
Thank you. Mwambu Kenya, Posh Properties ne Damaka bakolaganidde ebbanga ki? Myaka ena. Nga kitambula kitya?
Kitambula bulungi tena mutabawana. Abantu basinga busiimi.
Tewabadde kusika mugwa kwonna?
Tewali. Singa tuli wano.
Thank you. I was asking him,
yes,
how long
please.
have you people been working together? And he has told me. Then I would pose a question to you, Mr. Ibrahim.
Yes, sure.
People are hearing Damaka. Who is the owner of Damaka?
The owner of Damak is a very reputable and a well-respected man, not just by me, but by the entire UAE. His name is Mr. Hussein Sajwani. He's a family man. He's a business guru, and is one of the strongest and key players of economy developers in Dubai. Yeah.
Thank you so much. If someone is dealing with the off-plan system of acquiring an investment or a building, what is the guarantee that his building, his property will be completed?
The guarantee is 1,001%. I know that sounds like, okay, I can say that very easily because I work for the company. But why I said so, it's honestly, I don't see any fear factor of buying any property in Dubai. See, I would have assumed there could be some fear factors, you understand, and maybe there could be some slacks in the guarantee. But the fact that from the inception to the completion, the government of the country itself is fully involved, you understand, and every document, every paperwork, you understand, is done by them, guaranteed 1,001% assurance, like I said in the beginning, that this project will be handed over to the buyer.
Thank you. What does RERA stand for?
RERA means Regulatory Real Estate Authority of Dubai.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Lastly, what are your last remarks to someone watching us?
Excellent. Well, it's amazing time, and it's a very good time now to invest, I would say. Particularly, I would just say, for people who are listening to us, this is the right time, because Dubai is taking over the world in year 2021. As you've seen, that Dubai is one of the countries in the world that have overcome this pandemic. We have done the more tests, and in fact, Dubai Mall has started operating. People will start moving to Dubai, and we are fully ready and be very expectant of what is going to happen in 2021. Don't wait now. This is the right time to invest, because Dubai will be one of the best.
It's now or today, not tomorrow.
It's now.
No, it is now. And like Peter had rightly said about, how Dubai, our UAE government have been tackling, the world pandemic right now. Emirates Airline, like you rightly said before, is still the only airline in the world that is doing testing at the point of boarding. And the testing result comes out within 10 minutes. So that means, when international operations start again all across the world, and people, are exchanging goods and exchanging travelers like it's normally used to be, Emirates remain the only airline that can guarantee every traveler their safety, because before anyone boards, they are tested of COVID-19, And if they test positive, of course, they wouldn't allow them to board. And on arrival again, every arrival is tested again, which the test also comes out within 10 minutes. So even on arrival, you understand, someone seemed to have gotten the virus somewhere and escaped through the checkpoint of traveling and then escaped through the traveling process and arrived, they're still going to be quarantined immediately and not allowed to mingle with everybody within the city. So with these kind of measures, travelers can feel safe, you understand, and health secured, you understand. And for now, Dubai is the only country in the world that are taking that measure, the only major airline in the world that are taking that measure. So I think Dubai is a little bit ahead of time. As everybody already know, Dubai remained the fast thinker of the world, remained the #1 in inventions, you understand, and innovations. And that's what they have done on this even, sad thing happening around the world at the moment. And I can tell that every buyer should feel secured and be rest assured that investment in Dubai is the right thing to do.
Thank you so much. Mwami Bukenya, obubaka bw'obusemba eri bannayuganda abazze bagoberera emboozi yaffe eno abaali agadde okutambula naawe mu mugendo guno ogw'okulaba nga bateeka essente zaabwe Dubai ne bagula ebizimbe.
Njagala bategeere nti nno Dubai si wa bbeeyi nga bwe balowooza. Emitwalo 8.5 $85,000 emiliyoni nga 3 eza Uganda osobola okufuna property Dubai. Ezo sente abantu bazinvestinga wano e Kampala. Miliyoni 3 osobola okufuna property Dubai ng'ebiwedde. Ekyokubiri e Kampala basasula mwezi gumu myezi 3 eri basasula buli mwaka. They pay yearly fee. They don't pay monthly. They don't pay quarterly, but they pay what? Yearly. So your return on investment is guaranteed. Twali bya kuyomba na mpangisa, twali bya kuyomba nani, your return on investment is guaranteed.
Bakufuna batya, bakusanga wa?
Nkwani kampala bagita Posh Properties Limited tusangibwa Bukoto mabega wa Kabira Country Club. Esoba we simu 0774 755 146. Jangu tugende tulambule ogenda ku investinga ng'osiimye kyogenda ku investinga.
Badira mu namba y'essimu
0774 755 146.
For anyone who is watching us, you should not think twice. If it feels right, then do it now. And like I always say to everyone, the pandemic might be out there, but it's not stopping our dreams. It's not stopping us aspiring to be big and to be a homeowner. So if you have had a dream of being a homeowner, don't hold back because of the pandemic. Do what you need to do. Achieve your dream regardless.
Thank you so much. Buli abadde yatulaba nkugamba nti Ibra K Mukasa gemanya gange era nga nkwebaza abadde atugoberera. Twasalawo omukutu guno tugwelevating okuva ku ddaala kw'ogulabira tuguteeke ku ddaala eriddako. So in the process of elevating okuva okudda kuwaddako tugenda kuleetanga abantu abakatinga across abantu nga batunuulidde ensi yonna, the whole world, nga tetucenterenga only at Uganda, but we shall be beyond all borders. So yensonga lwaki tuleeta abantu bano era nga tujja ku intermarringa ennimi wano ne wali olulimi oluzungu luno lukatinga across the whole world era nga lulimi olusinga okwogera in the whole world. Nozaako Oluspana, nozaako n'ennimi endala ng'Oluyitale oba n'ennimi endala, naye nga tujja kukozesanga olulimi Oluganda n'Oluzungu here and there. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.